How's it going? It is Exact Chase and
Phantom Lost TCG.
from mythicdifficulty.com, and we're going to be talking about Alan Wake. Now, the game's pretty interchangeable with the remastered and the original on the 360, so you can, take either one. Doesn't matter. And I just want to clarify, we're not going to be talking about the DLC because fuck those DLCs and their achievements. Fuck them. Fuck them
Are they
right
hard
in the
as
ass.
fuck?
Yes. I'll talk about the two achievements in the game I don't have, and that is
Okay.
to beat the DLC, both of them, without dying or restarting once.
I'm just gonna assume it's a bitch and a half.
Yes, the second DLC has like a parkour bit where you're gonna fall, and if you move too forward before it starts, you'll fall automatically. You can't
Good lord.
reload checkpoint at all either. Is part of it. You cannot die or reload your checkpoint.
That sucks.
Yeah. So you're pretty much stapled in to one run. The DLCs are about like an hour and a half too. It's a real bitch.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And they throw shit at you. The first DLC is just you just kind of get overwhelmed with enemies, and the dodge mechanic doesn't fucking work sometimes.
Right.
Maybe it's a skill issue. I don't fucking know.
Probably, knowing you.
All right, fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Maybe later.
Huh?
The game's story is pretty good, though. It's like a kind of Stephen King-esque horror story
That's cool.
about the horrors of writing books. I told my mom about it, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds like The Dark Half," which is a Stephen King novel.
Wow.
I haven't read it.
It probably drew inspiration from it then.
Yeah. It basically there's a dark entity at the bottom of the lake, and it wants to use you to bring itself to life and use your writing powers to write a story in which it's all powerful, because apparently it feeds on art.
Interesting.
It's kind of weird, but it works
Right.
in the context of the game. It really does. The achievements are, outside of the DLC ones, are pretty straightforward. You have all your difficulty achievements and your story-based achievements, and then
Yeah.
a few that's like, oh, kill everyone with kill 50 enemies with each weapon. All those normal like kill shit achievements. Like if
Yeah.
it flies, it burns for 20 gamer scores. You got to burn 1,000 birds. Yeah. You just
Fuck
point
them
your
birds, I guess.
You just point your flashlight at those fuckers, and they light the fuck up.
No magnifying glass required.
No magnifying glass required. The real bitch with this game's achievements are the collectibles. Would you like to take a guess at how many collectible achievements there are?
Too many.
6 collectible achievements for 286 collectibles.
What?
I have them all written out, and that's not counting the ones that's like, oh, get like 25 of each collectibles, because I didn't want to add to the list too much.
Jesus
But
Christ.
there are multiple achievements for, oh, get these, like get like 25 manuscript pages, get 25 thermoses, shit like that. And then there's the DLC collectible achievements, which aren't too bad. It's just like 10 of each.
Okay.
There's 3 in the DLCs. I said we weren't going to talk about the DLCs, and now we're talking about the DLCs.
We started this off talking about the DLCs.
It's fine. Let me read
Anyways.
off to you what each collectible achievement is,
Oh,
and how many collectibles are tied to each one. There's Couch Potato for 30 gamer score, which challenges you to watch every single TV show, because there
I
are
bet.
TVs, like tube TVs, hidden around the game that you have to turn on an episode of The Twilight Zone. It's called Bright Springs or whatever, or Night Springs instead of The Twilight Zone, but it's The Twilight Zone.
Basically, is why I was on. Yeah.
Yeah, that your character used to be a writer for. Like his first gig was like as a writer for the fake Twilight Zone.
Nice.
It's a cool little detail that and the episodes are like actually shot with real people, like it's live action, and they're kind of weird. I only really sat down to watch one of them, and that's the one where the dude shoots himself because he invents immortality with a machine that like creates all these different timelines and finds the best one in which he doesn't die, and then he accidentally unplugs the machine and shoots himself in the face.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's the Twilight Zone.
That's Twilight Zone.
Then there's Every Nook and Cranny for 30 gamer score, which is discover all the hidden chests, which realistically you're going to want to do anyway when you get to your nightmare run, because they got a lot of goodies. It's got a flare gun in it, which is like the best gun in the game because your enemies are weak to light, just like James.
Huh?
You're weak to light.
No, I'm not.
You're telling me if I shined a flashlight in your eyes right now, you wouldn't go...
Okay, that's a flashlight, dog.
Anyway, there's also Hyper Caffeinated for 30 gamer score, which is to discover all the hidden thermoses, which there are 100 of. I forgot to mention there are 14 TV shows, 30 chests, and 100 thermoses.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I told you there's 286 collectibles, dog.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah, you feel it too. Unfortunately, it tracks across playthroughs, so you don't like if you have to go back and like if you start a new playthrough or whatever, then you can just grab what you missed and not have to worry about new ones. And it keeps tracking the statistics tab of how many you have. There's Bright Falls Aficionado for 30 gamer score. They're all for 30 gamer score except for one of them. This one, though, is for fully absorbing the history and culture of Bright Falls, which is to read 25 signs that you find around. It's like nothing shit. It's not even like cool shit. It's like, look at this woolly mammoth. Learn about woolly mammoths.
Duh.
Like a big like woolly mammoth skeleton is sitting in one of the park ranger's office.
Just chilling.
Yeah, it's like you know you go like the museum and there's like a big dinosaur skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like that, and there's a sign that's like, oh, here's about woolly mammoths. It's like, okay, cool.
I guess.
See you later. And then there's Picking Up After Yourself, which this one is the real bitch. Also for 30 gamer score. Found all of the manuscript pages in normal mode. Would you like to guess what the next achievement is?
Finding one in hard, and then whatever the equivalent of nightmare is.
Well, it's normal and then nightmare. There's collector's edition for 50 gamer score, and that's to find the 15 manuscript pages that you can only find in nightmare mode.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
There's only 15 of them, so it's really not that bad, especially when you're going and doing another playthrough anyway to clean up the collectibles you missed, like the thermosi and the chests and the TV shows. And then there is one last collectible achievement, which is KBFM or KBFFM for 30 gamer score, and that is to tune into every radio show. There are 11. There are 11 of them. And they're actually somewhat interesting. It's just a dude be like, all right, Bright Falls, it's 11 o'clock at night tonight. Like that for like a couple minutes.
Okay. Just like a normal late night talk show type beat.
Yeah, and he says he's only the night host, but then you listen to the radio in the day and it's the same guy. And
same dude.
When do you go home, dude? Like, you catch him on the boat on your way in, and he's like, I'm the radio talk show host. And it's like, okay.
Joke's on you. It's actually just Silent Hill, and he never leaves.
He never leaves, except for when you show up and he gets shot at.
Oh, shit.
Because the FBI wants to arrest you for some reason that's never really clear. I genuinely don't know why. There's a few different like feat achievements.
Okay, are we talking FEAT or FEET?
Take your pick, big boy.
Hey, chill.
FEAT.
Okay.
There is one, and I'm not gonna give you context. I'm not gonna tell you what it is or what you have to do. But there's drink them both up for 10 gamer score. You put the lime into coconut twice.
What?
You put the lime into coconut twice.
Is that the description of the achievements?
Yes.
What?
You put
That's
the
such a
lime in the coconut twice.
Why?
You basically just have to interact with the jukebox the 2 different times that you see it. But
Oh, I gotta know if that's a reference to something.
yes, it's a reference to a song.
Oh, okay. I'm just stupid.
The other feat achievement I wanted to highlight was Gunless Wonder for 30 gamer score, and that's to finish the last level without firing a single shot.
Okay.
Which part of your defenses is your flashlight, so you can stun enemies and keep them away from you with that, and you can use flares and flashbangs to keep them away from you as well. So it's not really that big of a deal. And then the dodge mechanic, that when it works, but most of the time it don't.
Yeah.
But I didn't find that achievement too hard. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. But when you actually try for it, it's not hard at all. Especially when you're on your like second or third playthrough of that mission. It's really not an issue.
Right.
The other achievements I wanted to highlight are Missed by a Mile for 25 gamer score, and it's to perform 20 cinematic dodges. This game's fucking dodges. You have to just sometimes, it's like Dark Souls. Sometimes the game just doesn't want to work.
Oh, okay.
Calls it a skill issue.
That's rough.
Sometimes the game just fucks you in the ass and calls it a skill issue, when it's like you didn't do anything different than what you did 5 other times, but this one time it didn't want to work.
Mm-hmm.
So the cinematic dodges are cool, but they do kind of get old after a while, especially when you're trying to run through the game, because what it does is they swing at you and you dodge and everything goes into slow motion as you dodge. And that's cool the first few times, and then on your second playthrough, you're like, yeah, whatever. Let's get moving.
Yeah, whatever. I got it. Let's go.
The last achievement I want to talk about are They're Here.
Oh, no.
And that's to stop 20 inanimate objects animating. If you can't tell, James, because I know
There
you're
are
not
ghosts.
if you're not a movie guy, that achievement is a reference to the 1982 movie Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Yep.
You knew that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Wow.
I know classic movies. I know some classic movies.
Huh. This game's completion took me 28 hours and 47 minutes.
Damn.
That's including DLC and setting down my controller and walking away, though.
Yeah.
That's just like the Xbox like shows you like your time. Xbox also shows you how many bodies you dropped, which I dropped 1,740.
Damn.
So if you like killing, Alan Wake's the game for you, dog. They throw enemies at you.
As long as there's enough ammo to kill people with.
Well, it's a survival horror game, so
There's only enough ammo.
there's a limited amount of ammo, so be fucking careful. I would recommend this game for completion. James hasn't played it.
I've been thinking about it just because it's so similar to Silent Hill.
You should. It's genuinely a good game, and Alan Wake 2 is out now.
Yeah, just came out a few days ago, actually.
Yeah, it came out on Friday. So we're not sponsored by Alan Wake 2, but go buy Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, not sponsored.
Could be, though. Could be.
Please.